Okay, so what kind of situation do we have at the moment from a USD HKD point of view? So on the monthly chart, what we can clearly see, every single time that the market approached this zone here, the market exploded to the upside. Sometimes it created an accumulation area before starting the push to the upside. Some other times it just hit the zone and exploded to the upside. Every single time we have seen huge movements to the upside. Now here on the monthly, this might seem a small move, but in reality, it's a huge move to the upside. Okay, it's big. These are extremely big moves to the upside. Okay, for this pair, and you will see that if you judge it from a 4-hour perspective, you can see that even this minor move to the upside that you have seen right now, okay, that from a monthly perspective seems extremely small, look how big it looks from a 4-hour perspective, meaning that if you are able to find a good entry on this one, all that move on the 4 hours is just this minor a monthly candle. So if you're able from a 4-hour perspective to enter with a good risk to reward on this trade, then definitely this can be a great pair to be following. Now there is one main thing that you have to pay close attention to when you will be looking for possible longs, according obviously the rules of your own strategy on this pair. It has quite high swap long. So obviously this is a long-term trade that we would be opening, and you have to pay attention to swap because on this pair is definitely high. It depends obviously from the broker, but generally you will have a quite high swaps on this pair. So yeah, basically what I suggest is that you pay close attention to it, and while it is moving to the upside, if obviously this trade is going well, to trail your stop. Now, what kind of situation we have at the moment from a USD perspective, okay? Without even looking at what we have from an HKD point of view, because it's definitely supposed to get a weaker, what we have from a hedge fund perspective on the USD. What kind of situation we have? Let's go and get our data for the USD. So on the pound, on the USD, what we can clearly see is that with the last reports, hedge funds have been closing thousands of shorts, and they started to open also some new long positions, bringing net positions from 7k to 17k, so 10k increased, meaning that now we have a longs greatly outweighing shorts. In fact, we have a 77.9% long exposure and a 22.9% a short exposure. Now, going back to our chart of a USD HKD, what kind of situation we have on the daily, because we have seen the monthly. On the weekly, there is nothing really interesting, but from a daily perspective, what kind of situation we have? We had the first buying wave, okay? The market created this impulse to the upside, creating a higher high and breaking above this previous resistance, which is now turned support at this area. The market broke above, the market is now going for a retracement back inside of this extremely strong demand area. If the market will create a lower low, it would be even better. Why? Because after this move to the upside, many people will have placed their stop loss below this low, and if the market will go and hunt the stop losses, it will be perfect because hedge funds will have the liquidity to buy again this pair. So how we will be approaching this with students? We already opened a one long position from here, which at the moment is about to close at break even, since actually it's already closed at break even, because obviously we had to trail our stop to actually cover up the swap. But if the market will melt below this low and basically go to hunt all the stop losses, then what we will be doing with students, we will be monitoring price action from a 4-hour perspective inside of this area, waiting for the market to provide to us one of our valid entries. And as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries, we will be taking a nice long with a very good risk to reward and good probabilities for an explosion to the upside on this pair. So it's just about when the accumulation area will be over, if obviously the market wants to bounce. If the market wants to break, it is very unlikely, but if it will break, then obviously we will have to adjust to the new price action as usual as traders. But at the moment, it definitely seems like we have a good probabilities to be looking for nice longing opportunities from a 4-hour perspective if we will get proper confirmations after the market makers will have stopped hunted all the traders that have their stop losses below those lows. Now, if you enjoyed this free analysis and education, make sure you drop a like and a comment. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you, and I will see you in the next video.